What the fuck was that? I feel embarrassed. He basically just stood there and said that Trent has more of a chance of finding love in here than I do. You know, half of the party wasn't involved. The other hand, I'm hearing the other half of the party wasn't involved. Like, how did we get here?
You know, when you have this build up and you're so excited about something and then you get it, but it's not what you expected. Yes, Nakia came with the smoke, but I expected more than that. And the ending of this episode, what the hell? Georgia? I thought she said she would never have sex in the villa. What happened? Oh my God. And like, I don't think I'll be able to look at Nate the same. And everybody knows how much I love Nate. No, I'm so traumatized. All I can hear is the sound in my ears. Oh my God. Anyway, hey there. Thanks for stopping by. It's Valerie. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe. Thank you very much to everyone who subscribed. I think we only need 15 more subscribers to get to 1,000 subs. So please don't forget to subscribe, click the like button, turn on the notification bell for when I upload new videos, and definitely leave a comment. In this episode, I'll be reviewing Love Island Australia, Season 5, Episode 23. I'm going to try and not be very excitable today. This is like the Super Bowl, the World Cup. This is it for me. I am really having high hopes on Nakia because I am hoping she reads Andy for filth, but hopefully she doesn't let me down. I've been looking forward to this all day. Anyway, so we have, obviously Trent has gone home and now, the islanders are sort of settling back down into their rhythm. And you have how many sort of whisper to the girls, oh, I didn't make the decision to vote out Nakia. I think she was terrified. I think as soon as Nakia said, I'll speak to Andy after all this, you could see the fear in her face, in her eyes. So I think she was terrified. So she wanted to save herself. So she ran and sort of said, no, it wasn't me. Andy's the one who made the decision to send Nakia home. I think she thought all the girls would be on her side. Whereas you have Andy in the bedroom telling the guys that, Harmony made it clear that she would prefer Nakia go home so that she and I could get a chance. And it's like, we all know it's coming. We all know it's coming. I can't wait. It's like Christmas. It is coming. It comes once a year, but when it comes, amazing. Anyway, so Nakia is sort of shocked. She can't understand. Even if Andy didn't like her or had chosen to break up with her, she didn't think it was okay for him to vote to send her home. It's the same as, I know some people will say it's karma, but with the Kale situation, Nakia didn't know that Kale was going home. Nakia had no say in Kale going home. So she wanted to get to know Andy and she assumed that she'd couple up with Andy maybe, and then, if things worked out, hey, if they didn't, she and Kale would work on their thing and get back together. She never voted for Kale to go home. So this is not karma, in my opinion. And you have everybody in the villa whispering, what's going on? What happened? What happened? And Harmony then runs to Sav and Lucinda and reports, oh, I didn't vote I wasn't involved in the Nakia decision. And it's like, are you sure? This is not what Andy's saying. Why are you running around sort of whispering to people? Why not sit everybody down by the fire pit and tell them, like Scott from Love Island UK, I was not involved in this decision. Andy made this decision on his own. So the guys already have been told by Andy that it wasn't his decision to vote for Nakia. He did it because he couldn't ask, Harmony to save Nakia after she'd coupled with him. It wouldn't seem fair because she said she didn't want to be in a love triangle. And on the other side, you have Harmony running around amongst the girls, sort of whispering, I think trying to get everybody on her side. That way when Nakia strikes, she has sort of like a protection. You have, 3 couples sitting by the fire pit and it's going to be good. I don't know how Reed has suddenly found himself there because these are the 2 best guys in the villa and suddenly Reed is there. I think it's because Chloe is trying to sort of pull him away from Zach. So Reed is sitting with Chloe, with Nate and Georgia and Tyra and Kale. And they're sort of having a conversation. And the girls sort of hint that, Harmony told us that, Andy is the one who voted to send Nakia home. And the guys are taken aback because they're like, no, that's not what Andy told us. And it's like, oh my God, they're throwing each other under the bus. I can't wait. So Nakia then goes for a chat with Andy because he pulls her for a chat. I think he's in damage control and he knows it's coming because he already told the guys that, Harmony was not as is not as blunt as Nakia, so she told me in her own way that she wanted Nakia gone home, and it's like, this is what I meant, that I prefer someone who's honest. I'm disappointed. I need a round 2 because that wasn't good enough. I know Nakia was hot, and Andy, I think, could feel the heat, so he was quick to pacify Nakia by apologizing and sort of trying to explain himself. I don't think that was enough. I'm disappointed. I need a round 2. I needed to light him up because this is the type of person that Andy needs. Someone who will hold him to account, someone who won't just, cower down and allow him to walk all over them. And the fact that he was trying to sort of justify his reason for saying Nakia doesn't make any sense to me. I can't wait for Nakia to hear that apparently Andy's the one who chose to send her home and then see the fireworks, because at the moment he's managed to sort of pacify her by saying he didn't want to, force Harmony into saving Nakia, because then it wouldn't be fair on her, it wouldn't be giving her a chance. And it's like, what chance does he think he's giving her in 1 week? What chance? Seriously. He seems to be in a great relationship with Nakia. They seemed to have been building, so the idea that they've suddenly broken up doesn't make sense. Everyone in the villa is worried for him. Everyone is worried. The guys were worried. You could see Kale and Nate were worried for him when he walked away from Nakia. So I can't wait for round 2. And then Sav is in paradise. She's finally found someone who really likes her. Well, Clint says he likes her. They're in the TP having a conversation, and she's saying she knew he was going to pick her. And we all saw it coming because he didn't have conversations with anyone else outside of Sav. So am I surprised that he picked Sav? No, he was going to pick Sav because of the way he was moving and the way he was sort of behaving. It was obvious his choice was going to be Sav. Hopefully it works out for her because she's been through a lot. I am sorry for my neighbors. I really am because I'm so excitable. I keep clapping my hands. Anyway, Zach is sitting there like, someone has stolen his favorite toy or something. I thought he and Lucinda loved each other. Where is Lucinda in all of this? She should be comforting her man in his time of need. The idea that she's busy sitting in the kitchen area and busy gossiping about, Andy and Harmony doesn't make sense to me. Because if that's the love of someone you love, the love of your life, or whatever you want to describe it as, would you not be there sort of pacifying him and making sure he's okay and just making sure you're taking care of him at this very sort of vulnerable moment? It took Andy going up to sit with Zach because he was sitting on his own, and then Reed went and joined them. And it's like, where is Lucinda? Lucinda's upstairs. She wants to know what's happened, who decided to vote Nakia off. And she's just after the drama. I think Lucinda is very strategic in her relationship. I think we thought Zach was the villain. Maybe she might actually be the villain in that relationship. Anyway, in my opinion, Harmony is scared of Nakia. This is why she wants it clear, or she wants to try and sort of wash her hands off the decision to sort of kick Nakia out. Because Nakia sort of said, she will speak to Andy with Harmony, because Harmony was asking, do you want to know what happened? And she said, no, I'll speak to the two of you and find out what's happened. That's one thing about Nakia. She's not going to wait for a messenger. You're going to say something, he's going to say something. No, instead of you sort of telling different stories, let's all sit down and let's find out what's going on. And for Andy to stand up and be, why are you talking behind my back? What? Now he's got the balls to sort of shout at everybody else. When Nakia was tearing him a new one, he was just sat there and just saying, I'm sorry. Suddenly he's got smoke for everybody in the villa because they're criticizing him. It's going to be a terrible night for him. I have a feeling he's going to end up sleeping on the day bed because it doesn't seem to be great. And Nate, poor Nakia's brother, had to run and sort of try and pacify Andy because Andy was sort of wanting to be confrontational because he didn't know what Harmony was saying behind his back. So Nate had to run downstairs and sort of pacify him and say, you need to understand, this is what Harmony is saying behind your back. And Harmony is, I'm going to go and speak to him. Nakia was like, okay, let's go. Let's roll. I'm ready. I can't wait for round 2. I'm here for this. I know someone said I should be put in the house to recouple with Nakia. Yes, I would recouple with Nakia. Not because in a romantic sense, but I would just be there to be her sidekick like Trent and just be supporting her when she's reading people because, I'm here for that. So this 3-way chat, I'm disappointed. I wanted more. I still want more. Am I evil? Am I messy? I don't know. But I expected more because they are trying to sort of, Andy and Harmony are trying to sort of get themselves out of trouble with Nakia. So they're trying to worm their way out of sort of confessing who came up with the decision to send Nakia home while still being a couple. And sadly, they're not getting their sort of facts in order. This is why Nakia said the two of you need to have a conversation and sort of get your facts in order and then come back to me, because this ain't it. Every time you talk, I'm further and further away from the truth, because everybody is trying to protect themselves. You're both saying, oh, I didn't want to send you home, but you said my name as a couple. Own up. This is what I mean. Had Nakia been the one who said the name, she would have owned up and said, I said your name, and this is why I said your name. And that would have been the truth. And this is why I like her. I hate people who dance around the truth. Be a man about it and say it with your full chest. The same way Harmony should have said it with a full chest, that I wanted to send you home because I really like Andy. I want to get to know him and I'm comfortable spending time with him when you're here. That's it. She should have said it with her chest. Why didn't she? She's now hiding. Because she knows Nakia's bringing the smoke. I can't wait for it. And then everybody now in the villa is now questioning Harmony because they don't understand what she said, because she wasn't able to back it up when, truth came to shove. And so the fact that Lucinda started the chain again to say, oh no, she's telling Pockies. And it's like, Lucinda, please go and concentrate on your man. Your man is crying all over the villa. Go and focus on your man and leave everybody else alone. Andy then goes to the bedroom. He's busy sort of speaking to the guys and, I'm now off both girls. Nakia has already said, let me know where you stand. If you still want to talk to me, let me know. If you don't want, let me know. If you want me to leave the villa, let me know. Don't dance around the truth. What is it that you want? And we'll take it from there. And he can't be man enough to say, well, I want you to go home, or I still want to get to know you. I am sorry I hurt your feelings by saying your name. That was never my intention. No, he's busy dancing around the truth. And I want some more smoke for him. That's not enough. It's not good enough. Somebody let Nakia know. We need to have round 3. This is why Nate was advocating when he spoke to Andy that you need to wait until things have calmed down. Then you can have a conversation with Nakia. Don't have a conversation with Nakia and Harmony now. And he insisted he wanted to have a conversation. They didn't get anywhere. I can't wait. I need a round 3, please. So Andy's crazy. The audacity to say, oh, I don't want blondes anymore. I might have to stay clear of blondes and go for brunettes. And it's like, it's a hair color. It's not a personality. It's a hair color. You can change your hair color at any time. Maybe you need to look for qualities instead of looking at a hair color, and you might actually get the girl of your dreams. Anyway, the Islanders go to bed, and Nate and George have adopted Nakia. She's now their child. They're keeping an eye on her, making sure she's okay. They have her in bed. And you have suddenly Lucinda is now making out with Zach. And it's like he's been crying his eyes throughout the villa. You've been nowhere to be found. You've been involved in the gossip. And now you decide to be a loving girlfriend. Make that make sense? And then you have, Kale and Tyra, they're drama-free. They always stay clear of all the gossip and everything that's going on in the villa. So they're making out. Sav is in paradise. She's finally found someone who really likes her and is happy to make out with her any time of the day. So they're making out in bed. And Andy's feeling some type of way. And it's a pity because he said that he's gone off both girls. He knows he can afford to go off both girls because there's no other bombshells coming in. So it's not like someone is going to come in and steal one of them. So he knows he can throw a tantrum and do whatever he wants. But the fact that he ignored Harmony in bed and then first thing in the morning he jumped out of bed didn't make sense to me. It's like, oh my god. So he didn't want to sleep outside, but he wanted to make it known that he's not entertaining, Harmony. And I think Harmony expected to go to bed, be making out with Andy and be okay. And no, that wasn't it. He worked out for as long as he could to try and avoid her. And she was sort of moaning to Tyra and it's like, seriously, have you not watched Love Island? Do you not know that Tyra is Nakia's right hand and Nakia, her right hand is Tyra? So whatever you say to Tyra, she's just going to take it back to Nakia. Be reasonable, please. Anyway, eventually Reed sort of steps forward and decides to sort of keep Harmony company. And the fact that he had to shout and let Chloe know that he wasn't talking to Harmony in regards a date, he was just talking to her to keep her company. And it's like, then, are you the only person in the villa? Why do you feel the need to keep her company? Anyway, Andy then pulls her for a chat. They go and sit down. And he was right to say he felt like she threw... Well, he said she didn't protect him. I think he should have said, I felt like you threw me under the bus because we decided this thing together. And I feel like if you were going to say anything, you should have let everybody know that, this was a joint decision. It wasn't just one side. And I feel like you threw me under the bus, so I feel some type of way. I think he's gone off her. I think he's realized that he's better off with the brutal honesty than anything else. Because at least with Nakia, she would have owned up and said, yes, I told Andy I wanted her gone home because I wanted an opportunity. And now I think he's realizing this. Nakia is in her own little paradise. She's not chasing Andy. She's doing her own thing. So I don't know. I can't wait. I really need a round 2 between Andy and Nakia. I don't think I'll get one, but hey, it is what it is. So Georgia receives a text message to say they'll be playing Bubbly games. They have a party. I think it was sponsored by Bubbly. Anyway, and so the first game I think showed how well the couples are communicating, and Nate and Georgia won that. I love that for them. The second game was won by Reed and Chloe's, which meant they needed a tiebreaker. And eventually in the pool volleyball, Georgia and Nate won. So they won a trip to the hideaway. Please do not have sex in the hideaway. I know Georgia said she didn't want to. I think they're doing very well. Even some of the participants were saying that they worked very well. Chloe said they work very well as a team. So I hope they don't do anything naughty in the hideaway. I am happy that they won, but I would prefer that they actually win the season. We need the money. We need the money. Let's vote. Anyway, so it will be cute to see what happens. And Zach seems a bit more cheerful. I know I'm not a fan, but I hate seeing someone upset. So I don't know. Nowadays, I'm a bit conscious when I want to say, make it make sense. But anyway, this doesn't. Because the last time we saw Zach, he was miserable. He was crying for Trent and he was in his own space and the boys had to sort of try and pull him out. We haven't had him have a conversation with Lucinda since Trent is gone. And suddenly, he comes up with a genius idea to say he wants to ask Lucinda to be his girlfriend. Make that make sense? How? How did we get from crying to suddenly he's asking someone to be his girlfriend? He wants to write out the love actually theme and blah, blah, blah. That doesn't make sense to me. Something is missing. Something is missing. There's a lot we haven't been shown. Anyway, the boys help him write out these cards and he's going to tell her he loves her. Reed is going to do a magic trick. I think Lucinda knew Zach was going to ask her to be his girlfriend because of the way she was overreacting. First of all, when Zach was pulled away by Kale, oh, where is he going? Where is he going? What do you think, Sherlock Holmes? He said he wants to have a conversation with him. That's what they're doing. Why do you need to know? Why not go and ask him, where are you going? If you're that curious. And then for her reactions, oh, I love magic. She knew Zach was going to ask her to be his girlfriend. She knew that because her reactions were too exaggerated, in my opinion. They were too exaggerated. They were not realistic. He keeps going through these cards she's reading and then she says yes to be his girlfriend. I don't know how I feel about Zach and Lucinda as a couple. I don't think they're as genuine as it's made out to be because even Reed said, oh, the most genuine couple here. And it's like, I don't think so. I do not think so. Because I think that's a strategic relationship. I think Zach, before he came into the villa, watched Love Island. And I think his strategy was always to sort of mimic Mitch from the latest season of Love Island UK. That way you'd be one of the most popular, Love Islanders and you'd be memorable. And I also think he had a strategy of how he was going to maneuver that. And then seeing Lucinda there, the girl that he had fallen in love with on TV, I think this is why he fought very hard to win her. And he's living out his fantasy. I don't see anything genuine about that connection because we see them fight and then the next minute they're making out. There's no sort of transition. We have a lot of whiplash from side to side. We never know whether they're in a good place, whether they're arguing, whether they it doesn't make sense. And I don't get this I want you to be my girlfriend thingy. It was cute, don't get me wrong, but I don't know how genuine it was. So Nate and Georgia receive a text message that the hideaway is open and they get ready. I thought they were going to forfeit. I thought they were going to give it to Zach and Lucinda since they just declared each other boyfriend and girlfriend. Because I remember Georgia saying that she would never have sex in the villa. But I was actually speechless because Sav was saying, oh, they're always doing naughty stuff, so it's a good thing they're getting to go into the hideaway. And it's like, we haven't really seen their connection that way. It seems everybody else thinks they're a great couple. They, work well together. They have this great connection. But the editing hasn't shown this to us. So when Georgia was excited and was dressing up to go to the hideaway, I was like, I thought she said she's not having sex. I expected her to wear something just simple, like if you watch Love Island USA, like what Destiny wore to the hideaway. And I thought she was going to pull a Destiny. But to hear the moaning and the groaning, and she's the one who actually initiated them to start. And so, oh God, poor thing. Even the announcer said, I feel sorry for their parents because I don't know why the editing had to make us listen to that sound. Oh my God, my poor Georgia, my poor Nate, their innocence has been taken away by Love Island. Anyway, I don't know. I'll never be able to look at them the same way. I'm traumatized. I am. Anyway, thanks guys for watching. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Click the link in my video to watch my review from episode 22. Bye guys.